Bar Stool Sports.
Titus, Brandon Walker, mostly sports.
What is he doing? Welcome to Mostly Sports, presented by Jägermeister. I'm Mark Titus. That is the Golden God himself, CG3, Connor Griffin with the bag on his head, which I'm sure he will explain here in a second. It is Tuesday, June 4th. We are live from Chicago. We want to talk to you about Jägermeister. Jägermeister is delicious. Jägermeister goes down smooth. It always does. But there's a way you can make it go down even smoother. That is by drinking it ice cold, 0 degrees Fahrenheit to be exact. Ice cold shots of Jägermeister. I swear to God, I still do not remember what Celsius is. 0 degrees. We've done this 1,000 times. I continue.
17, right?
We do this every time. And try as I might, I cannot remember.
Yeah, minus 17.
It's minus 17?
Yeah.
All right, I'll see if I can remember at any point this week. 0 degrees Fahrenheit, minus 17 Celsius. Ice cold shots of Jägermeister. That's all we want to tell you. Wherever you're at, if you're hanging with friends or at the bar, maybe doing all the sports stuff, or just mostly sports stuff, call the shots. Cheers with frosty 0 degree Fahrenheit shots of Jägermeister. Damn, that's cold. And remember to check Jägermeister out at Jägermeister.com. Drink responsibly. Jägermeister, the Court, 35% alcohol by volume, imported by Mass Jägermeister U.S., White Plains, New York. What the fuck is going on, Connor? Why do you have a bag on your head?
Well, Mark, I don't know. Can you even hear me with the bag over my head?
You sound like a paper bag.
Okay. Everybody in the comments yesterday was just spamming, what the fuck is up with the tomato at the desk? So I still look like a tomato. I wanted to wear this, at least for the start of the show, and I'm going to take it off right now. But point being, I still have sunburn. It's very, very bad. Sorry. I apologize to everybody watching at home. I'm not kidding. First of all, every single person I ran into, either in the office or on the street, I went to dinner last night. The waiter was like, "Oh, you got some sun." And then this is the first time this has ever happened. It's the first, negative interaction I've had with a homeless person in Chicago. I'm walking on the street yesterday, and there's a homeless man who is sitting there, and he says to me, sir, excuse me, could you spare some change? I'm like, oh, sorry. And he's like, please. I'm like, no, sorry, I can't. And then he just snapped, and he goes, sorry, what are you sorry for? And he was like, blah, 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 blah. And then he called me Big Red. He was like, what are you sorry for, Big Red, with your red-ass face? And he was like, I'm walking down the street. Yes, I'm walking down the street, back to him now. I'm like, I got to get away from this guy. And he's just chirping me from behind me. He's like, oh, too cheap to spare me some change. Oh, my God.
He kind of cooked your shit.
He did. He really did. So that's why I was self-conscious today, and I came in with the bag over.
Oh, my God.
But, yeah, it was not a pretty day yesterday because, yeah, my face was just red as hell. I think it's better now.
It's not. It's really not.
TJ,
oh, no.
TJ.
Oh, no.
So Lucas was really fucking with me yesterday, too. Now, TJ.
Yeah, zoom in, TJ. Let's see. Let's get a close-up of Connor's face.
Yeah, where are the really bad spots? Is there anything, on your shoulder maybe that's bad, or?
No. My arms were bad yesterday, and that's why I don't know.
Forehead is cooked.
Yeah, my forehead's cooked. People were saying I had the
How's
Peyton
the
Manning
neck?
forehead. Neck's not that bad.
Oh, no.
Oh, dude.
Oh no.
This is more what it really looks like in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Thank you,
you're
TJ.
so red.
TJ, I'm so glad to have you back, TJ. Now we're gonna get to a point where this is almost crossing the line.
No.
Anyway, yeah. So that's why I had the cardboard bag, whatever you want to call. I don't know.
Paper bag.
Paper bag, yeah, because I was getting accosted by a homeless man yesterday over how red my.
All because you went to brunch. Think about
because
that.
I went to brunch on a Sunday. But sorry,
Yeah.
call me crazy, lock me up. I went to
all those self-help people that say you should say yes to things. They lied to you. You should have said no to that brunch.
Agreed.
You should have. When they asked you, Connor, do you want to go to brunch? You should have said no. I don't. I want to stay on my couch and not get sunburned because it's gonna ruin my life.
Yeah, I do want to give credit though to the family members who DM'd me yesterday with sunscreen recommendations. There were a bunch of them, and there were people who were recommending sunscreen sticks.
Oh yeah,
like glue sticks essentially. You could just keep in your pocket.
You don't have sunscreen like that?
No.
Like you don't, because one of my best friends growing up was a what do you say, ginger? That's the word I think.
Yeah.
And he would not go anywhere without sunscreen. He would like I just picture him wearing like cargo shorts, and in both cargo pockets are like various types of sunscreen. And he, no matter where we're going, we could be going to like the fucking aquarium, and he would have sunscreen, and you put it on. And then I would always make fun of him, and he'd always say, if you had skin like me, you would do the same thing. But then, in this office, we have all sorts of redheads.
We just got another one yesterday. Shout out to Kyle Enright.
Yeah.
He's here in Chicago. Good buddy.
And it feels like I was led to believe that all redheads were the same. I was led to believe that all gingers had the same mindset towards the sun, and that you guys just carried around sunscreen everywhere because of my friend. But as it turns out, some of you guys are tougher than others, I guess.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You didn't have a hat on or anything?
No, because I thought it was going to be an indoor brunch. I'm not really a hat guy. I have too big of a head, and they just don't fit right on me.
Okay.
But
are you going to change your behavior now? Do you think next time you
I
get invited to brunch, you're going to
like I said, I'm going
ask
to
questions? You're going to do follow-up questions? Like,
I'm going to wear
we're
sunscreen
going to be outside?
to every single function I go to now.
Okay. Well, in the chat, let's a little request for me. Let's please not spam the shit out of Connor's red face, extremely red face. Let's not tweet at Connor all day about how red his face is. And let's also, while Connor's here for the second day in a row, and I'm trying to do my best to control the comments. I don't want anybody to tweet at Brandon or reach out to Brandon and say that Connor's actually better than Brandon, and that the show flows a little bit better, and that you don't miss Brandon at all.
Yeah.
I would hate for I was hesitant to let you sit at the desk today, because 2 days in a row you start to build a pattern. I know what goes on inside your head. You start feeling yourself. Your boys start texting you, all that sort of thing. So I want to limit that as much as possible, and I'm asking all the family members, please do not tweet at Brandon all day and be like, I thought I missed you on Mostly Sports, but as it turns out, Connor might actually be better than you, and we don't miss you at all. Don't do that. Definitely don't do that.
We did.
Brandon will be back tomorrow, I think. I don't know.
I don't know.
That's what he's saying. He'll be back tomorrow, but
I miss him to death.
But the show is better with you. It is Connor.
Stop
it's
it.
better.
Stop.
It's better. Like if Brandon was here, we would have already, we'd be off the rails. And right now, this is just like
We're not off the rails.
no,
When I
dude.
have
We're
a
talking
paper
about the
bag
shit
over
people
my
want to
head.
hear about. Your
But my
face.
sunburn from over the weekend. This is riveting television.
What do you want to talk about?
I think the only thing really to start this show is the fucking WNBA. It's insane what's going on. I mean, it's crazy that we're in June. It's NBA Finals time. Not quite yet, obviously. Not quite.
Yeah, still three. How many more days? 2 more days? 3 more.
I
Three
think
more. It's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That's
Yeah.
3 more days.
Business days or regular days? That's business days. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So three business days.
Yeah.
By end of day Thursday.
EOD?
What does EOD mean?
I think 5 o'clock.
It's 5 o'clock.
Yeah, 5 o'clock somewhere. I think so.
Okay.
Ebo, why are you giving me that? I thought
no,
that
I'm
was-
Ebo, I'll get you that report by end of day.
Yeah, I think it's 5 o'clock.
When are you expecting that report? If I get it to you at 10:30 p.m., did I satisfy
When I
my parameters?
when I worked a desk job, I always considered like EOD to be like before you signed out, but within reason. So it's like end of day means that they're going to look at it first thing in the morning.
Okay.
That's what I thought, and that might be why I don't work in corporate anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just tell people I'll get it to you by the end of the day, and then I forget about it, and I send it over like 4 days later.
Mhm.
But it feels good to send that email like, oh, I'm definitely getting this done today. Don't you worry. This will get done today. And then I don't get it done.
Yeah.
And then I don't get it done.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. WNBA
Yeah,
is
it's on fire right now.
it is, yeah.
Yeah.
Like your face. It's the WNBA is your face of sports.
I walked right into that one, I guess.
Yeah.
No, we had the comments yesterday. Obviously, the whole thing going on with Kennedy Carter and Caitlin Clark is still going on. By the way, not only did I get DMs about sunscreen yesterday, I did get a DM with a background check on Kennedy Carter. Apparently, she has had multiple misconduct violations in the league where she has been very aggressive and out of line.
She's a rascal.
Yes. So I do want to say, as a lifelong Sky fan, I disavow her behavior, but I will still support her because she is a beloved member of
You're
my
separating the art from the artist.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes. As long as she calms it down and it doesn't happen again, this is her, I think.
Is she on bum watch?
No, because she's a strong force on the team who does contribute. But I think this is her 6th strike. I'm giving her 7. No more strikes for Kennedy Carter.
She's just been fouling off a bunch of pitches.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
what's going on.
Exactly.
So those were all foul balls.
It's an 0-2 count, and she just keeps fouling off and staying alive.
Yeah. Essentially.
She hasn't struck out yet, but that is technically
Yeah, this is it right here.
7 strikes.
For everybody listening to the podcast.
Shenshire Carter.
Not Kennedy Carter.
Shinity.
Yeah, she got terminated.
I love terminated in all
from
caps.
Atlanta,
Terminated.
threatening to beat up her own teammates.
Terminated does sound like you were killed.
She had poor
Got
contact with Ellie
terminated.
Sparks. No, it really does. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you
Very
have this.
dramatic. She just got cut. She got cut from Atlanta after threatening to beat up her own teammates. I'm okay with that. You can threaten to beat up your own teammates.
I don't know, but that whole stuff is still going on right now, and she is making headlines with her tweets and her threads, and then Caitlin Clark obviously is in the mix. But now we have Angel Reese, who's also chiming in and saying that it won't just be Caitlin Clark who's going to be getting all the love.
Angel Reese riding the coattails is what a performance this is from her.
She hates Caitlin Clark, despises Caitlin Clark, and is saying, I'm also going to be in that mix in 20 years from now. Like, I'm going to be the one who also brought all this relevance to the league. And
right.
She also, I know we point to Caitlin Clark as somebody who hasn't really made the transition smoothly to the WNBA. Angel Reese is not making the transition smoothly at all. I think she's averaging double digits, but her field goal percentage is way low. She's been struggling. The team itself.
But she's still, in spite of all that, she's still like selling out every arena she's going to, like Caitlin Clark, right? And she's still, right? No?
I've been going to the games, but I can't say many other people are.
It's still, everyone is pushing each other out of the way to get tickets to see Angel Reese, right?
Yeah.
No? That can't be right.
It's crazy.
My issue is Stephen A. Smith.
Which was the other.
This happened yesterday, and I had a very serious problem with that. Where he said, I pulled the quote. I don't want to put words in his mouth, so I'm going to read the words.
Bar for bar.
Bar for bar. Stephen A. Smith said, "Quote: Who talks about the WNBA? Who talks about women? Who talks about women's sports more than First Take?" He was getting into it with Monica McNutt, who I like. Tough name to say, Monica McNutt, but she's been great on women's basketball broadcasts through the years. He gets into it with her. She, depending on who you follow on Twitter, she fucking eviscerated him, or he put her in her place, or I don't know. But they got into a little spat on First Take, and as this is all going on, Stephen A. Smith sticks up for himself and gets a little reckless and says, "Who talks about the WNBA? Who talks about women? Who talks about women's sports more than First Take?" And this is upsetting to me because this is pretty obviously mostly sports erasure. This is total horseshit that you're saying who talks about women's basketball more than you, Stephen A. Smith, when we are the preeminent women's basketball show here at Mostly Sports. We have been from the onset, Connor. There was show like 1 or 2 we did WNBA Immaculate Grids.
We should do one today.
To prove that we should do the WNBA Immaculate Grid today and then put out a public challenge to Stephen A. Smith, since you're a WNBA guy, do better than we just did.
Honestly, I think
I took exception to that because like everybody's all in on women's basketball now, and I don't want to be the guy who's like, we were into it before it was cool, but also that's exactly what I want to be.
Yeah.
That's exactly as it turns out, that's exactly what I want to be. We were into the WNBA way before everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
And we might be when I think about it, it might, like the history books are going to say it was Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, and us. We were the 3 that pushed the WNBA to the stratosphere that it's in right now.
People forget when the Mystics made the finals a couple years back. I checked how much tickets cost.
Yeah,
exactly.
I didn't. I thought about it. I didn't go, but I thought about.
People forget when I was in high school, I got a suite to an Indiana Fever game because I came across 20 tickets to a suite for an Indiana Fever game. I was like, that's fucking awesome. I will 100% go to this thinking that I was going to get free food and drink all night. And if nothing else, we don't even have to pay attention to the game. Just, I'm in high school. There's not a lot of entertainment options for a 16-year-old in rural Indiana. So I was like, this is awesome. And my dad came across, I don't know if I told this story before. My dad came across, someone was like, we have a suite for the Fever game, 20 tickets. My dad was like, passed them to me. He's like, you want these? I was like, yeah, dude, this would be awesome because I didn't really care about the basketball per se, but I was like, you get to go downtown, you get to go to the arena, you get to, ball out in a suite. Maybe I'll take some pictures and pretend, I was at a Pacers game and lie to people, like a month later, be like, yeah, this is when I was at a suite at the Pacers game. So we agreed to do it. I got a bunch of friends, and I sold them on, dude, we're just going to go downtown, and we'll go to the game, and they'll have other sports on the TVs. If you don't even care about the women's game, just hang out in the suite, and it's all-you-can-eat buffet. It'll be great. And we get there, and there's no food, no drink. And as it turns out, you have to opt in for the food and then pay for it all yourself. And so we're all just it was just a bunch of high school dudes standing in a suite, just twiddling our thumbs. I think we lasted till about halftime, and then we left.
Oh, okay.
They gave out a bunch of free shirts, though. One of my buddies tried to put on as many shirts as he could, and he got to like 17. So that was
That's
pretty
fucking
fun.
sick.
Yeah, he put on 17 promo T-shirts, put them all on.
But
People do forget that. People forget that happened,
Exactly.
and that happened in 2004, I want to say.
Yeah.
So this is 20 years of us being. We were the preeminent women's basketball show in 2004. We haven't even existed yet.
It is classic revisionist history by Stephen A. Smith.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that he forgot that story you just told.
Yep.
The fact that he forgot that little anecdote from Ebo. The fact that straight out the womb, I've been a Chicago Sky fan, and he just refuses to acknowledge it. So it was crazy. It was one of the because obviously he said that, you know, who covers women's sports more than us, and then Monica McNutt, I think, said respectfully, which is obviously I imagine it was meant to be respectfully. But if you start
Internally,
off,
she's thinking
if you
this
start
is
off
not respectful at all.
respectfully, yeah, you're going to say something bad. She says, respectfully, you could have been talking about this with your platform 3 years ago.
Right.
And there was, 3 seconds of silence.
She gagged him, as the kids say.
Yeah.
I do love when guests put Stephen A. or Skip or Shannon. Really, those are the big three, right? Those are the three when they are just reeling and they have that look in their eye where they're like, this is no longer about this debate. This is, I want to end your career.
Yeah.
I want to, like, the second we get off air, I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure you never work in sports media again. Like, he's got that look in his eye. It's so funny.
If you do the freeze frames from that entire segment, the look on Shannon's face, the look on Steven's face, the look on Molly Karam's face. Molly Karam has a great look on her face when Monica McNutt says that. It was riveting to watch, and then, of course, it led to Stephen A. going on this tirade. But, yeah, let's not forget, mostly sports has been spearheaded.
We've been, and we're gonna do it. We're gonna prove it with the WNBA immaculate grid here in a second. But my question is this actually good for women's basketball? Because there is the belief that there's no such thing as bad publicity. People are talking. This is awesome. People used to not talk about the sport. Now it's leading show. It's leading this show. We could have talked about anything today, and we wanted to talk about all the WNBA drama. Is that a good thing or not? Because part of me is also like, might be a better thing if everyone's talking about your sports league because of the sports going on in your league.
Yeah.
That might be the ideal situation. And Angel Reese and Chinity Carter, their whole attitude of like we're happy to be they're not happy to be the villains. They think they're the victims. But they have that same attitude of like, at least you're talking about us. At least we're in and they're not wrong. We are talking about them. But also I don't know what the shelf life is for the WNBA if like the only interest we all have is just talking about women being in bad moods, basically.
I think
women being catty. You can't say the B word. Pat McAfee made that mistake.
Oh, that was crazy too.
Yeah, Pat McAfee called Caitlin Clark a white bitch.
You're just paraphrasing.
Yeah. That was a direct quote.
TJ, dump button.
What you mean?
Double up, AO. Yeah, I didn't have a problem with that. As a white man, I didn't have a problem with him calling.
Well, so that
we should have a segment when we talk about women's basketball, just called "As a White Man." We all go around the room. We're like, as a white man, I don't have a problem with what's going on.
'Cause I'm a
wild man.
I think the issue that you bring up it's a good one, and it does kind of make you step back a little bit. I think even if we're just talking about the one sole incident of Caitlin Clark, Kennedy Carter, or Chendi Carter, whatever her fucking name is. Of course, I know her name. She's on my team, and I love her. But I think that is fine if you contain it to that, where it takes a separate step And where it does start to turn into, okay, this is not great for the longevity of the league, is when you do turn it into the race discussion. And then we get into, Stephen A., like, well, we're helping these women. And it is kind of coming across as like a virtue signaling type of thing.
Yeah, and like when you were talking before the show about like which one's hotter and which one you'd rather do, like when it pivots to that sort of discussion, it gets a little dicey to me.
Yeah.
Like that's.
But overall,
that's definitely crossing a line.
I like the fact that we have turned this now. It is almost like a soap opera. I'm very
It's good. I think right now it's good for the league, but I do think they have to pivot, and it doesn't have to happen today, tomorrow, next week. But like this can't be the foundation of the league. The foundation of the league can't be like all the players are just fucking catty with one another and starting fights and pushing around rookies and stuff. Maybe they could do it for a year or two, I guess. But they got to pivot at some point and make it about, or they don't. Maybe they just that's just what the league is. But like then nobody's gonna take it seriously as a basketball league.
Yeah, right.
Because how often, like we're talking about the WNBA, but have you, I, or anybody else, is anybody talking about like what's going on in the actual basketball? Who's in first place in the WNBA standings? Who's looking like the MVP candidate out of the gate so far? What are the title odds saying?
Yeah.
Is anybody saying any of that shit?
No.
What's your favorite highlight of the season?
Yeah.
I'd have to say there was one game, dude.
There's only one highlight you can think of?
There was one game. Well, you said, what's my favorite highlight? That means singular, one, bro. There was one game where Camila Cardoso, she came back from the shoulder surgery, and she had this unbelievable finish at the rim, contested. There were like 2 girls on her. It might as well have been 17 girls on her, the way that she just rose and completely dominated them. And she just had no regard for human life, went straight up for one of the best layups I've ever seen.
No regard for human life. She went up for a layup.
We're not far off from the WNBA, like having just Andy Cohen host a little.
Oh, no.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Just being like, all right, so.
Which again, as I'm hearing myself say it out loud, maybe that is good for it. Maybe that's just what the league becomes. I would dare to guess that there are a lot of women athletes that would be very upset about that. But,
I'd watch the shit out of that. Andy Cohen making Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, like, hash out their beef.
I'm guessing the old heads that were, riding on fucking buses and making $25,000 a year might be sad that, like, their league has now just become Bravo. They're like, we really, when I was trying to be a women's basketball pioneer, I really envisioned a world where everyone cared about the basketball and as it turns out, they don't.
No.
They don't care about any of that shit. We just care about what the players are threading. Do you call it thread? You call it like you post a thread? You thread a thread?
I think you post a thread.
You post a thread?
Yeah, I don't know.
How's your thread doing? Your thread account?
It has been very, very minuscule. I have not been popping off there at all.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever actually myself posted something on Thread.
I started a Thread account, and let me see if
I got 17 likes on a thread.
Good shit,
It was me and TJ drinking the Grimace shake, and this picture is crazy.
What an era!
You have to look at this picture of.
Send me that Grimace shake.
By the way, TJ, we at some point we got to talk about you and darts.
Sure.
Yeah, we do. 47 weeks ago, I threaded, and here we go, the late Heath Ledger as the Joker in The Dark Knight, circa 2008, and then I attributed that quote to John Rothstein.
Oh,
and that was it. That was my first thread. That's all I've threaded.
God,
We gotta get back on Threads.
I was on Threads for like a day.
What if what if we all agree to use Threads, but only for WNBA thoughts?
I'm down.
That's our WNBA.
I am so down with that. I'll tweet out right now. Hey, if you want to listen, I'm not talking about the WNBA on Twitter. Go follow me.
Yeah, there will be no tweets about the WNBA. That's what my Threads is for.
Yeah, I love that. Put it behind a paywall.
Take the discussion to Threads. Do you want to do the Immaculate Grid, or do you want?
Yeah,
to
let's do Immaculate Grid,
and then we'll do Darts Day.
Yeah, that works.
I do want to hear about Darts Day as well.
Faded off the
Grimace's
shake.
birthday party was a movie.
It was me, yeah.
Jeff D. Lowe just walked in with Grimace shakes and was like, "You guys want these?"
Oh yeah.
I never got one of those. I was so.
Who's
pissed.
the guy on the right?
Guy next to
the
Jeff
guy
Lowe.
next to Jeff D. Lowe.
Some big old, big back, big fucking,
big old, big titty boy.
chunky boy.
All right, let's do it Immaculate Grid,
Yeah.
and then we'll challenge Stephen A. Smith.
Stick it to him. Oh, I'm already fucked.
First round draft pick. I mean, everyone's gonna go Caitlin Clark for the Fever. What if we
Oh.
went Kelsey Mitchell? What
Oh.
if we went Tamika Catchings?
Okay, yeah.
What?
I think you're gonna say like Aaliyah Boston because she was.
Oh, Leah Boston was the year before as well.
Yeah. So those are probably the two. But if
No, we're going. Hold on. Are we going for rarity score? Because like I think we still need to do one. We need to do one of these grids where we get all 9 of them.
Yeah, I think we focus on getting all 9.
See, I guess we could do Caitlin Clark, but Aaliyah Boston is definitely do Aaliyah Boston.
Yeah.
Do Aaliyah Boston.
Fever?
Yeah, Fever first round pick.
All right, 1 for 1.
Boom.
That's pretty low, honestly, 20%.
Dallas Wings is J.C. Sheldon was just drafted there. She's an Ohio State player, so that should count, right? Do you think they have? Hell yeah!
Way to be more.
nice.
Let's go.
Who did the Mercury just pick up this year?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Fuck. Yeah. The
Was-
storm. The storm passed on her.
Was the Mercury? Was that Griner back in the day? Where'd she get drafted to?
I think that's right.
Tarasi?
No, yeah.
Or
Duke Griner.
Tarasi?
too.
Griner was Mercury, right?
Did
Yeah.
Tarasi have multiple teams?
Oh,
Fuck yes.
All right,
let's
let's
go.
I have a guess for Wings and Sky.
I could play my Cappy coin.
Do Cappy.
Like-
yeah.
We got to play the Cappy coin.
Okay, she played for the Sparks and the Sky and the Fever and the Mercury.
Okay.
So any
Sparks, Sky, Fever, Mercury.
she
Okay.
did not play for.
I believe.
So I could take any of these 5.
Jesus. Okay.
So
So you tell me where you want to play my coin.
Wait, hold on. How can you play the top right one?
I could play these 3 and these 2.
But if you can, then why can't you play the top left?
Right, I could play these.
These 4. Yeah. Just the bottom
Wait for
4.
the Sky. Right.
Okay.
Would we want to do Sky Fever?
Sky Fever.
I think that's the one that we probably would struggle with the most.
that could be.
Sky Fever.
I have discovered through my extensive research of the WNBA that Katie Lou Samuelson has played for 5 teams in 5 seasons,
Oh.
Oh, she's
and she is currently a member of the Fever.
she's a glitch for the Fever.
Okay. So, do you want to go Sky Fever?
That I don't know. I want to say
Where did Deladon play?
she was Sun Mystics, right?
Mystics.
Sky.
I'm gonna guess Sparks Fever for Katie Lou Samuelson.
Okay.
I was thinking. Let's go.
Oh. All right, we're hot.
Yeah. Hell yes.
Do we want to do Wings, Sky, Copper is her last name. I think might be Aaliyah Copper. I don't know.
Wing Sky, Copper.
I think it's Copper. I know she was on the Sky. Kalia Copper. We're on a hot streak right now. I don't want to ruin it. If we have any other guesses,
I kind of want to
Feel
stay
free.
perfect.
we can hold off on that.
Okay,
Or
No.
no, we should say Pondexter for the end, right? Poindexter.
yeah, save her for the end. Do the Copper one. Do the Copper one.
Okay.
Do the Copper one. Stephen A's already given up. We've already got him beat.
Fuck.
Okay,
guys, I'm
okay.
sorry.
Mercury. Name some Mercuries. Name some Freddie. There's fucking Freddie Mercury. That doesn't help us.
I think that's it, Mark.
That doesn't help us. All right, do Cappy somewhere. Just do right there maybe. Okay.
Damn.
Can I play
She's
her in
everywhere.
every spot?
Try it again.
No, I think you can only use them once, right?
Yeah.
used. Do
The problem is
Right.
you only switch teams in the WNBA if like nobody knows you.
try. Yeah, exactly. If
Superstars
you're a
aren't switching
superstar, you
around.
don't move. Try Jantel Lavender in the top left.
It's a great name. Fuck.
She's the one I keep going back to. I think she
Sparks.
bounced around the league a little bit.
Sparks. Did Lisa Leslie play for multiple teams or no?
I don't.
I'm thinking of Candace Parker.
Fuck.
She also played for multiple teams.
Sky was Candace Parker. Was she Dallas Wings too? No, she was. I don't know, man.
Who's that girl in the Mercury that's really good right now? The
Brittany Griner.
other one.
Not Diggins. No.
What team is Skylar Diggins Smith on?
I have no fucking clue.
She was she.
Is she Wings Sky?
Try that. I like that. Skylar Diggins, Wing Sky.
We're running out of gas.
All right.
We gotta get to 6.
All right. Throw Van Gundy up there. I think that might be it. I don't know. I don't have any other guesses.
Yeah, is
Wings.
this the farthest we made it? 5? We've never gotten past 5?
I don't think we've ever gotten 6. No. We've never gotten 6. And we started 5 for 5, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do we want to put up Candace Parker somewhere? Just
The Dallas Wings, LA Sparks and Mercury.
Becca Lobo.
Sparks and Mercury could be. Just try Lisa Leslie, Sparks and Mercury. It's not going to work, but damn. All right. Well, there we go.
Who could we have used?
Rarity score 508. That's the challenge has been set for Stephen A. Smith to beat that. If he does not, he will give him 24 hours to respond.
Yeah.
If he doesn't, then he has to stand down and he has to. Oh, Liz.
Dude, we got to learn Quigley. She's on all of these.
Yeah, we Liz. How do you say her name? Cambridge.
Yeah.
The top left.
All right. We'll be better for next time.
We can do better. We can do better. That's okay.
We'll tweet it out. Tag Stephen A.
All right, TJ, Darts Day. Actually, before you do Darts Day, let me talk about DraftKings. Sound the trumpets. It's horse racing time, so saddle up for action with DK Horse, an official DraftKings affiliate. Right now, new customers who download the DK Horse app can get a 100% deposit bonus up to $250. Just deposit $25 or more and complete the playthrough requirement. Wager on your favorite horses, then watch the races live right in the app. Download the DK Horse app now. New customers get a 100% deposit bonus up to $250 when they opt in with code FAMILY. Only on the DK Horse app, code FAMILY. Go do that now. We have, what's this weekend? Saratoga? Belmont?
I think it's Saratoga.
Saratoga.
Big Cat was talking.
Big Cat's going to Saratoga, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, horse racing going on all summer, so download DK Horse app and yeah. Code FAMILY. All right, Darts Day, TJ, you're back from New York.
Hey guys.
Darts Day happened. Your thoughts?
It was great. I mean, there was so much hype after last year. We had 150 people go last year. Connor and Ebo both went. This year, it was tough because a bunch of us live here now, and a bunch of people said that they were going to come back. And to some of us, it's still real, I guess. And to others, it was just, a flash in the pan. But
damn.
I went back. I tried to represent for the Chicago office. It was a great time. I will say I'm kind of a fraud. I did leave early, but I'll accept whatever, criticism comes with that.
Why'd you?
What do you mean you left early? What does that mean?
This is like Frank
What do you
going
mean?
all the way to the Dolphins game and leaving in the third quarter.
And I'll take that L. I may have Irish goodbye at one point.
Damn.
What-
TJ is an Irish goodbyer.
I am an Irish goodbye.
That's
do.
awesome.
I'll
I love
be
that about
guilty.
you.
Guilty. I'll openly Irish. I'll be like, I'm leaving right now. Bye.
I don't think you can openly Irish goodbye, TJ.
I'll be like,
I
I'm
think that's-
Irish goodbye. I'll announce.
But that's
that
just
I'm Irish.
goodbying.
Like, hey,
Then you're just
I'm
goodbying.
going to sneak out in the next 5 minutes.
I love Irish goodbye.
Oh, yeah.
It's the best.
Wait,
It's the best. It's only. I mean, like, I should clarify. If you're out to dinner, if the four of us went out to dinner, and I went to the bathroom and never came back, that's fucked.
Yeah.
The Irish goodbye is for like if you're at the Pup Punk concert or something, and it's like half the damn company's there, and you just slip out the back door and leave. I don't have a problem with that.
We all.
In fact, I think that's the way to handle those situations.
Yeah. We never really talked about it yesterday because we were just focusing on the singing and the dancing and everything. I had a great time with you boys on Friday night. I just want to put that out there.
All right, man.
I was so jealous. I missed that.
Yeah, no.
Fucking awesome.
Myself, Mark, Ebo, we were hanging out, and we missed you, TJ.
We were hanging out.
Yeah, but
Did Luke the Nuke win?
No,
What happened?
I don't know. I think he didn't make the finals. Rob Cross and Gerwin Price went to the last leg of the finals, and Rob Cross took the win.
Do they still have the same announcer that we see in all the videos? Was he there?
I think he's like
180.
he might be like on a retirement tour.
Oh,
I think I feel like I saw something about him like stepping away from the regular competition circuit or something. Like he's like restricting how much he works.
it's the grind's too much for him now. Yeah, it's just
Oh,
wearing his body. It's wearing his body down.
wait. So what happened to Michael Van Gerwen?
He lost in the first round of Saturday night.
Really?
Yeah, so the round 8. Yeah.
Was that a shock? Did it Just
Yeah,
shockwaves.
Kind of sucked the energy out of the room. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like everybody, like Luke Littler is like the new upstart. He did the press tour. He was at the Barstool office. He was at the WWE headquarters on Thursday or something. He lost in the semis, I think. But no, darts is darts, man. Darts is still darts.
You've been saying that.
Biggest crowds ever for the U.S. darts tournament, even though half of our people weren't there. So
Yeah, what were the total numbers?
it was like 3,600 people were there Saturday night.
And then how many Barstool people compared to last year?
I think 55 tickets were given out.
Okay.
I would say
Wow.
probably like 45 people of that 55 went.
Now, is it always the same time of year?
Yeah, it's always like first weekend in June.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll.
It's a
maybe I'll
fucking.
put
You would
that
love
in
it.
I would love that. Yeah, I fucking love watching it on
Yeah.
TV when I catch it.
PFT rocked
Yeah.
rocked the house.
Last year was a long day.
Yes.
We started at like 11:30 a.m. and went.
So they do the whole
Basically,
tournament in one day. Or they do the
Friday
whole-
night is like the round of 16,
Yeah.
and then Saturday during the day is the U.S. championships with a bunch of like American players, and then
Okay.
Saturday night is the rest of the tournament.
I got you. Yeah, I'll come next year. That'd be awesome. I
Deal.
would love it.
I recommend it to anybody. And I only went once, but the one time I did go, it was sensational.
It's a blast.
180.
Last year in the semifinals, Michael
fun
Van
to say.
Gerwen
Right.
played against the guy who was the U.S. qualifier. Who
Jeff Smith.
they're all massive
Jeff.
underdogs. Like all the U.S. players, like
He's
generally
plus 30,000.
are like they suck. And he had the lead on Michael Van Gerwen. Michael Van Gerwen had to come back off of this guy could have finished it off with a double 12. He missed. Michael Van Gerwen came back, beat him, and then won the next leg.
Whoa.
And it was like literally like the Super Bowl in there. It was so electric. Everyone would be like, "Holy fucking shit! I can't believe that."
So do people have their favorites where they cheer for some guys? If you're a
Yeah.
Littler fan, you're only cheering when Littler scores, you're booing when the other guy scores and whatever, or is it how the Indy 500 generally works where everybody's just cheering for like chaos and crazy shit and people have their favorite drivers,
Yeah.
but if you go to the Indy 500, you just every time a pass happens for the lead, people go crazy.
No,
It's
it-
like, "Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's awesome."
It's definitely you're there to watch the darts.
Okay.
Like people love Michael Van Gerwen. I think is like the fan favorite still. The kid is starting to like take a lot of the spotlight because he's goes
Yeah.
viral every time he does anything. But like Michael Van Gerwen always wears like a lime green polo, and there's a lot of lime green polos in the crowd. People with bald caps on, like imitating him.
yeah.
There's a guy that has a mohawk.
Mm.
Michael Smith, I think is his name, and a lot of people,
People
wear
would-
like fake mohawks.
But those people would also cheer if Luke Littler gets a 180.
people are
they,
there,
They would cheer. They just want to see good darts.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
get fucked up.
That's awesome.
The Jeff Smith guy last year,
Yeah.
even though people were rooting for Michael Van Gerwen, they started just chanting Jeff.
Yeah.
It was awesome. And then they do the Dude,
that's the best part.
After every single match, they just start playing that, and the place goes nuts. It was awesome. You know, I think yesterday was the 1 year anniversary of when I went last year, and I was getting all the memories in my phone, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, this was a cool."
This is controversial, and I'm going to say
Great
this.
day.
I'm going to say this while Brandon's not here. Europeans are not always the worst.
It's true.
Every so often, Europeans they're not bad.
And
It
they
sounds
do
like
great
the darts situation is one of those instances.
Is there a Victor Wembanyama who's going
Of
to be coming
darts.
in?
Victor Wembanyama probably would be good at darts because he could just like
Yeah.
place the dart on the
Place
triple
it on
20
the-
every time.
What if we juice the darts? Now, hear me out. I don't know how we do it,
Okay.
but what if we could juice scoring somehow? With, I don't know how we make
Make
it.
the board a little bit bigger, but not big enough that those of us watching could tell the difference.
Make like the doubles and triple sections a little bit bigger.
Did they actually make the bases bigger at baseball games?
Yeah.
They don't look bigger. They didn't look bigger last year. They don't look bigger now. Have I just gotten that used to them?
Mm-hmm.
That's mind fuckery there.
Yeah, that's crazy.
We just got used to them that fast.
I think so.
That's crazy. Because when they
Wow.
announced they were going to do this, it felt like it was going to take like 5 years to get used to the bigger bases. It felt like it was going to go out there and just be like, goddamn, those bases are comically large.
Yeah.
It took me like 2 games, and then I was like, I don't think they actually changed the bases at all.
Yeah, sometimes it just makes you think, like, there's a lot of stuff
Yeah.
we get so caught up in our day-to-day lives, and we don't really appreciate everything that's around us, and we don't evaluate everything that's around us. And I think sometimes we just have to stop and look at what's right under our noses and say, yeah, you know, that changed, and I have to accept it, instead of just blindly walking right by it, you know?
Damn.
Yeah.
I should call her.
Darts Day looked awesome, TJ. We're glad that you're back for sure.
I have a maybe controversial, maybe not. NBA Finals.
Yes.
Would you like me to release it now or save it for when Brandon's here? Would you like me to release the take now? Okay, I'm going to release the take. The take is going to get released. I'm not sure I care that much about Kyrie Irving going back to Boston. I don't think that's that's not a top 3 storyline for me in these finals.
Mm-hmm.
And it feels like that is trying to be made like the storyline of the finals. And I'll explain my position. Kyrie Irving, I forget that he even played for the Celtics. I forget. Maybe I guess that's part of it. I guess if you're a Celtics fan, it's very personal. I'm not saying Celtics fans shouldn't be mad and they shouldn't boo him when he comes back and all that sort of thing. I'm saying as a guy who has no affiliation with Boston, no affiliation with Dallas, don't care about Kyrie one way or another, going into these finals, that's not a story. Like, that's not something that I really give that much of a shit about. Now, like, when he goes to play in game 1 and they boo him like fucking crazy, that will be interesting. I will definitely acknowledge, like, this is something going on and this is interesting. But as we're sitting here 2 to 4 days away from the start of the NBA Finals, I don't think that's my number one storyline. I don't think that's the number one. If you ask me, you know what? Go ahead and try it. If you ask me what the thing I'm most excited about these NBA Finals to see, that would not be in my top 3.
Well, Mark, I'll ask you right now, totally unprompted.
Mm-hmm.
What would be in your top 3?
Oh, wow, great question. I'd have to think about this. Oh, shit, dude, you should have given me a heads up. So that's a tough one. I think my number one storyline is Jason Tatum.
Okay.
In that Jason Tatum has to win the Finals MVP. He has to. He has to win. He has to win the Finals MVP. If Jason Tatum does not win Finals MVP,
it's bad.
Yeah, I think the cement dries on his. And now that seems insane to say, and I'm not saying. Like people would say, like Steph Curry didn't win Finals MVP for a little while. It took him a quick minute. But I think Tatum. There's so many questions about like whether Tatum is that dude that if Jaylen Brown wins Finals MVP, if the Celtics don't even win the championship, of course he's got a lot of career left, and they'll come back next year. And the Celtics are going to be good for a few years now. That's the other thing that I'm trying to remind the Celtics haters of the world. Like, if the Celtics fuck it up this year, you can't just cackle and laugh and be like, haha, they're done. Back to the gutter you go. They'll be back next year. They'll be very good next year, and they will probably be title favorites next year. So yeah, maybe Tatum wins it next year, but I think it will do irreversible damage to the perception of Jason Tatum if he does not win Finals MVP. I think there will always be that cloud of doubt over him, and if he does win Finals MVP, the haters will always find a way. We know that about haters; they always find a way. I don't think he's going to completely silence all the haters, but yeah, that's the number one storyline to me. Is like what happens. How are we talking about Jason Tatum a month from now? And it's basically like if he wins Finals, if the Celtics win the Finals, but he doesn't win Finals MVP, he's a bus rider. It's Jaylen Brown's team. If the Celtics lose the Finals, he's a fucking fraud. He's got to win Finals MVP, and I think he knows that. And it's going to be interesting as Jaylen Brown starts playing well, how much that enters Jason Tatum's mind.
I think the Curry comparison is an apt one, but I think the difference between Curry and Tatum is the fact that even though, yes, Andre Iguodala was winning Finals MVP when Steph Curry was there. Yeah, but I think it made sense, but still you got the gist and you understood Steph Curry is definitively the most important person on that team. He is one of the most prominent faces in the league. He is changing the game, the way we play it. He is pivotal.
We didn't have questions about how good Steph was.
Right. But I think confined to that series, it did make sense to maybe give it to somebody else because I don't know necessarily if Steph Curry in that series put up an MVP-level performance. But it didn't make us question just how good Steph Curry was. Here with Jason Tatum, we have pointed out many times on the show, he can disappear for large stretches of the game. He can struggle in crunch time. We've had this discourse about where he falls, top 5, top 10. Is he out of the top 10 in the league right now? And this is such a massive moment for him where everything is going right. And on paper, the Celtics should win this series easily, I think. I think based on paper, I think they've been the best team in the league. I think the Mavs win the series. I think the Mavs win this series, Mark. I think the Mavs win, but I
So
think
I'm
on
not gonna do
paper
that.
the Celtics have the better team. They've been far and away the best team and the example of
Yeah.
what an NBA championship level team should look like in the NBA
They
this entire
have.
season.
Okay, I'm going to say something. I don't even know if I truly believe this. This is an example of me putting the take on the table. This isn't my take.
Okay.
I'm just putting it out there, and anybody that wants it can have it. Is there a chance the Mavs might have the two best players in this series?
That's good. That's a good take.
You're taking it?
I'll take.
You're
yeah,
taking
no.
it off the table?
I've said that around the office too. I'm like, yeah, if Kyrie is playing the way that he has played, especially in the last series, then I think definitively the Mavs have the two best
They
players
100% have the best player in the series.
Yeah,
No question about that.
Yeah, that's Luka is now going to be probably if he winds up winning this thing, or if at the very least he goes off like he went off in the last series, he will be considered the best player in the league. But Tatum,
I don't think it's fair to say they have the two best players, but I do think there will be moments in the finals where it'll feel like they have the two best players. There will be stretches, there will be
100%.
games where it's like, oh shit, Kyrie. Like basically what I'm saying is Kyrie plays better than both Tatum and Jaylen Brown. I think that'll happen at least one game.
yeah, I think so too, and that's why it's important for Tatum because there is this. I don't even know. There's a questioning about just how good he is and his status in the league. And you can't have the best team in the NBA all season, a team that's just rolled through this playoff run. And, I mean, in fairness, they did get lucky with a couple injuries, but they did get the number one seed.
I'm glad you pointed that out. The Pacers didn't have Tyrese Halliburton for the
Pacers, Heat.
the Heat, yeah.
There were just so many injuries that just kept stacking up in their favor. But they do have the credit. They got the number one seed, and that means that you get to play weaker competition, and then that weaker competition was made even weaker when the opposing stars wound up just getting hurt. So they've had the easiest path possible, to their credit, but also, yes, because of a couple good bounces. And now they have a real opportunity to capitalize, and Jason Tatum himself has a real opportunity, I think the most on his shoulders going into this series to prove that he is among the best, and he needs to capitalize on it.
And the Mavs are very good. Luka is awesome, and I don't mean to say that they're not, but they don't have an opponent in the finals that feel like a juggernaut, that feel like they're inevitable, that feel like the last time they were in the finals they're playing the Warriors, which is we're on the tail end of like this Warriors run. But I do think there was a sense of like when the Celtics lose to the Warriors, it's not as egregious because it's the Golden State Warriors. It's Steph Curry and the Warriors. They've won a lot of titles and they've kind of dominated this era of basketball. Whereas this, Luka's great. The Mavericks since the trade deadline have been awesome. They are very much a very good team. But this isn't. I don't think we're entering the finals like, boy, Boston. I think Boston's a better team, but you can't count out the dynasty that is the Dallas Mavericks, and I think that the pressure is squarely on the shoulders of the Boston Celtics. Yes.
Yeah, 100%. And I think honestly, I think we might have said this on the show before. They should have a championship with this Tatum Brown core already.
Yes.
I mean, they had a chance to go to the finals in 2018. They would have ran into the buzzsaw of the Golden State Warriors. They wouldn't have gotten one, but they blew that. And then now, ever since the demolition of the super team era and the KD left the Warriors and LeBron now goes to the Lakers, and aside from 2020, hasn't really been in the mix for a championship. Like, they could have capitalized and taken advantage of this window that they've had, and they have not. They have failed at every opportunity to win a championship, and this is why everything has gone right for them, and it's there for the taking. It's gone so perfect, and that's why there is a lot of pressure, and now they have to face two of the best closers in the NBA right now.
So that's my number one thing is I think Jason Tatum has to win I don't think Jason Tatum winning the Finals MVP would be good for him. I don't think you look at it that way. I think you look at it the other way, where it's like he must.
Yeah,
it's a must win. It's not a can't lose. It's a must win.
Can't.
It's a must. He must win the NBA Finals MVP. The second thing I would say, and again you're really putting me on the spot here, as I'm reading my notes here. I think Luka Doncic, the ascension of Luka into the best player in the world throne is a storyline that I'm more interested in as well, because for two reasons. One, I think that is interesting that if the Mavs win the NBA Finals and he's Finals MVP, I do think there will be a very loud group of people that are like he is the best player in the world. Like what are we doing? Why are we arguing over Embiid and Giannis and Jokic? It's Luka Doncic. He's right in front of our face. So that becomes interesting because you have like a new top dog in the league kind of. But then it's also interesting because maybe we're on a cycle in the NBA where this is just what we do every single year now, is that whoever wins the title. Because when Giannis won the title, that's it. The league is cooked. It's over. Giannis has it figured out. Giannis is the best player in the world. Giannis is just the Bucks are gonna win every title now. And then they haven't. They just simply have not. The Nuggets did it last year, and it was like, oh, shit, now the league is cooked.
We could go even all the way further back to Kawhi.
Kawhi
Leonard, people are like,
Yeah.
This is the best player in the league.
Best player in the league. Yeah, whoever wins finals MVP is the best player in the league until the next year when the new guy's the best player in the league. So I think that's fascinating is like Luka will be crowned the best player in the world, and deservedly so, but also does that mean we've uncrowned Jokic? Does that mean we've uncrowned Giannis? I guess you have to. How many people can be the best player in the league?
I think this has to be like a WWE boxing situation where there are multiple belts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's a world heavyweight champion. There's a NBA champion.
So Jokic is the heavyweight champion. Luka is also a heavyweight. Those are two big boys.
But the Mavs, he would have to win Finals MVP and then go play in the Western Conference Finals against the Nuggets in order to take
to unify the belts.
Yeah, to unify.
He's got to unify all the belts.
Yeah.
I think you're onto something there. But yeah, Luka's standing in the league is, I think, because Luka has an opportunity. Luka has an opportunity to win the MVP next year in this series. If he dominates the finals,
it's a good point. Yeah.
If he dominates the finals, if he has the playoff run, if he just continues what he's been doing in these playoffs and they win the title and he's Finals MVP, he already starts as the MVP next year. He has to have a bad year next year to not win the MVP, and that's how this stuff works.
I mean, he did have a very legitimate claim this year.
Yeah.
I think Shea also had a very legitimate claim. But, yeah, people get so consumed with Jokic, and this was a little bit of a deflating of that whole ideology that Jokic is far and away the best player in the league. And now we could see, a window for Luka to take advantage of. So I think that's another great storyline. Did you have a third storyline, Mark?
I did. I have a lot of storylines.
No
I have a
way.
lot of storyline. You just tell me when you've had enough storyline. When your belly's full of storyline and you're like, that's too much storyline.
Just say when.
Yeah. Kristaps Porzingis. I find that more compelling than Kyrie Irving getting booed by Boston fans. I find Kristaps Porzingis' health, how effective he can be in this series. I think they need him. Well, maybe I shouldn't say that. I think the Boston Celtics can win the NBA Finals without Kristaps Porzingis. I think having him is obviously huge and would make a big difference. Can he stay healthy? Can he be the difference that they brought him in to be a rim protector and the guy who could stretch the floor and just make a very, very, very good team, like an unstoppable, unbeatable team. But also Porzingis is I don't know if we're ready for the legacy talk with him yet, but he's on a trajectory with his career where it's like he's good in flashes, but he can't ever stay healthy. He doesn't really have. There's nothing to point to with Kristaps Porzingis other than like unrealized potential, kind of.
Yeah.
All told, which he's not a bust. I don't think he's a bust. I think he's an unrealized potential guy, which is a difference. But yeah, he has an opportunity in these finals to be the pivotal piece. I think there's a path for him to win Finals MVP.
Absolutely.
And that's that for he's had a little bit of a rocky career. Some of it's been how he's played. Others is just his health. And yeah, he has an opportunity to just like definitively say I'm an awesome fucking basketball player, and I was the difference in the NBA Finals.
Yeah,
and I find him fascinating. I will be refreshing Kristaps Porzingis. Is he healthy? Is he playing?
I believe he's back for game one.
He's back for game one.
Yeah.
They've had 2 weeks to rest for the start of this series, so.
But
might be 3 weeks.
I thought he's coming back like game 2 of the Pacers series.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I find that compelling. And people forget this about him. He used to play for the Dallas Mavericks.
It's a great point. That's a great point, Mark. He stumbled into the perfect situation where he does not have to be the star of the team. I remember back when he was playing with New York, like he was the number one guy. That's just not, with the injuries especially, it's not who he's going to be. But now he could have this nice niche that he's played perfectly.
He might get his Aaron Gordon moment.
Yeah,
we all look at him differently, and we're like, damn, there was the start of his career. It was up and down, and he had flashes, but then can he be number one guy like you said and all that?
Yeah.
And then now he's a very integral part of a championship team, and that stamp it. That's his legacy, and that's a very good thing.
Yeah.
So anyway, no, I think when game ones when they do the starting lineups and Kyrie gets booed, I will think it's interesting for sure. But as I sit here, I don't know. Are you into that right now?
Yeah, my number one storyline is Kyrie.
Is Kyrie?
Going back to Boston.
Is it?
I love the 3 that you have. I think.
Why is it just because he stepped on the logo the one time? I don't understand. Because
it's not just that, and
I think Cavs fans should hate him more than he was.
No, so I despised Kyrie. I
Yeah.
did not like him. I did not like Kyrie at all. Mainly because I've said on the show I'm a Bron-sexual. I love LeBron, and when he chose to leave LeBron, that perfect situation. Obviously, they had the Warriors on the opposite side of the NBA, who they were never going to beat, even if LeBron and Kyrie had stayed together for another couple years. But I just thought this guy's such an idiot, wanting a trade out of Cleveland when they're going to the finals every single year. He's got LeBron James.
Yeah, so that's what I think. I think Cavs fans should hate Kyrie more than Boston fans. Like
Possibly.
Boston fan, it feels like the Celtics fans have like a sense of ownership over we thought we had something special. You were our chosen one, and you stabbed us in the back. But he was a Cavs guy. Like that Cavs had the claim to Kyrie. They have the claim to They were supposed to be the true love. It was supposed to be the Cavs and Kyrie.
I think people point to the stomping on the logo and everything like that.
Which is fair. That was
bad.
That was bad.
But I think more so just the fact that he straight out lied to the entire Boston fan base and said, yeah, I hope to re-sign here next year. Like, I want to be back here in Boston. And then he was out. So I think that's where it stems from mainly, the fact that he really – because also his playoff run – when the Celtics went to the playoffs, he was injured. I think it was maybe his first year or second.
First year, I think he was injured, and they lost to the Cavs, right? Because they were supposed to get Kyrie versus the Cavs,
and then he just
didn't play.
But he was. I don't even think he was on the bench. He just completely was away from the team. Just showed no interest. And then, of course, he says he's going to come back, and he lied, and then he leaves. Like that to me is where, if I was a Boston fan, I wouldn't even be focusing on the stomping. I'd be focused on that. Like, dude, you were here. You said how much you loved it, and then you left the team in a serious moment of need. Obviously, he wasn't going to be able to play, but at the very least, you could have been there to support. You could have been there to offer insight. You weren't even on the bench, dude. And then you say you're going to come back, and then you say, nope, I changed my mind. I'm going to go play with Kevin Durant in Brooklyn, which that's also, you could debate that too. That he said, oh, no, like me and Kevin Durant, we were never planning to do this. But there were talks leading up to their decision where, that was actually false, and they were trying to plot a move to Brooklyn together and whatever. So he was just,
I'm not saying Boston fans shouldn't hate him. They should hate him. I'm fine with that.
I would hate him.
I'm saying as a guy who's not a Boston fan, that just doesn't. In terms of the NBA players that have stabbed franchises in the back or like pissed off their fan bases, that doesn't even. Kyrie with Boston doesn't even really register with me.
If
it doesn't, I mean, through the Durant in Oklahoma City, LeBron in Cleveland again.
Yeah.
I don't know, like it doesn't if LeBron leaving Cleveland the first time is a 10 on a 1 to 10 scale, I think Kyrie leaving Boston, to me, again, Boston fans should feel differently. You're more invested in what was going on. I don't know, it feels like a 3 or 4 maybe. That's all.
If Kyrie,
and now it's the finals, so like I guess that's elevated it
higher
all,
stakes.
and that's interesting and higher stakes. But,
if Kyrie came to the Sixers and did this, I would put a curse on his name and wish bad fortune upon him for the rest of his life.
Oh my God, dude! Holy
Connor
shit!
Griffin
You
curse.
mean that?
The hex?
Do you mean that, or you just
This is again
talking out of
hypothetical.
pocket right now?
Hypothetical.
Do you really think you mean that? Because that's pretty
crazy.
serious. You're talking crazy right now.
It was a scumbag move what he did to Boston, but now he's changed a lot, and I do find myself liking Kyrie Irving, and I'm curious to see he's toned down. He hasn't been as vocal in the media. He's not saying the shit that he's
Scumbag feels a little.
It was scumbag behavior.
What he said he was going to sign and then he didn't. That's not.
You lied.
I think it was.
Listen, I'm a man.
I mean,
of my
it's
word.
not. I'm not saying it was above board, but like scumbag is. For me, it's the murderers and rapists are scumbags, Connor. But we might have a different moral.
That's a good point.
To be completely honest.
Yeah, I guess so. But I just think he's I'm gonna move off of that. I think
You're so red, dude.
Stop.
Look how red he is.
I
just not noticed that.
I think he's changed a lot.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, put the bag back on your head.
I think I can't fit it over the headphones. I think overall, yeah, it's not going to stay. He's a pretty likable guy now, and he's back. We're seeing because he kind of, I don't want to say he disappeared for a couple of years, but when he wasn't playing meaningful basketball, when he wasn't going to the finals and everything, we really weren't valuing.
You really
just
do.
how
When
good of
you
a basketball
signing
player
for the
he
Nets is a great way to disappear.
Yeah. Yeah, and now watching him on a relevant team in the Western Conference Finals, now going into the finals where you see he's still got a bag, and he goes deep into his bag, and he's one of the best finishers that I've ever seen. The way he has his handles and everything, it's crazy to watch, and I do find myself gravitating more towards him, and I'm curious now that he's going back to Boston and there is all that hostility, does he turn it on and become a bad guy again, or is he just like, no, I've moved on? And he said yesterday. All
right, you sold me. I'm in. I'm
Yeah,
in. I can't wait to see this. This is gonna be.
He said yesterday, he's like, that wasn't a reflection of who I am, my time in Boston.
Well,
Like,
he might have been posting fewer Instagram stories for last year, which is why maybe
that might have
he
something
feels like
to
he
do.
disappeared.
Maybe.
I do think being on the Nets helps though. That's a great way to disappear. You appear for like the first 20 games of the season where the talking head shows are like, why are the Brooklyn Nets 14-6? What didn't we expect better out of the superstar lineup? And then by the end of the season, I've just completely forgot about all the guys that are on the Nets.
Genuinely, the only game that exists from that Big Three era is Game 6 versus the Bucks.
Yeah.
That's the only.
That's
the only game they played.
That's the Durant shot, toe on the line. Yeah,
that's
That's the only memory I have of any of those guys on the Nets. Is Kevin Durant, toe on the line.
Is it Red Lion?
I was at Champs Downtown at Penn State. Wait, why were you Red Lion? Is that a diner?
No, that's the it's a bar in West Village, Soho.
I thought that was a diner.
That was a
chain.
grocery store.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's Red Lion.
Food Lion.
Oh, Food Lion is what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Is the logo red?
No, blue.
Food Lion's a blue logo?
It's blue.
And it's like a cat or a griffin.
Huge
maybe?
miss.
It's not a griffin.
Huge miss.
It's not a griffin. I can tell you that, buddy.
Food Lion.
No, it's not a griffin. Unfortunately.
Somebody say red griffin.
Come on, guys.
What is that? I guess it is a lion. His tongue out.
Probably a lion.
Is that a lion?
Is that a lion?
It might be a lion. Yeah.
Lions stick their tongue out like that?
Yeah, it's
Lions got tongues like that? Lions, I guess they're cats. They got to
What was your guys'
lap
grocery
up
store
their
growing
water.
up? We had like Food Lion.
Marsh.
We had Giant and Gennardi's, but then Gennardi's shut down.
Kroger.
When I lived in South Carolina, Publix and Harris Teeter. Harris Teeter was good, but Publix is next level. I love Publix.
Wegmans is the best.
Wegmans is also
Wegmans
It's so fucking good.
Where are you getting groceries here?
the Jewel.
J.O. You love J.O., huh?
Yeah.
You love J.O.ing? Just J.O.ing on the weekends?
Love the J.
People around here don't call it Jewel Oscar though. They just call it Jewel.
They just call it the Jewel?
Yeah.
I guess there was a merger.
I don't know, but
Huh.
yeah. Actually, I have to go grocery shopping soon. Thank you for reminding me.
Okay.
But
Of course.
yeah,
No problem, man.
I got to pick up some stuff. Well, what do you want?
Another storyline I was interested in is Mazzulla and Kidd or Joe Mazzulla and Jason Kidd are two buffoon head coaches, or at least that's how the public will lead you to believe. One of them is going to win an NBA championship as a head coach,
which doesn't feel justified.
Does that matter though? Does winning in a championship as a coach? I really don't feel like when you like. I would like to believe that if you're a head basketball coach and you win an NBA championship, no one can tell you shit really. It's like you're a great coach now. You just won an NBA championship. It doesn't really feel like it works that way.
No.
It just feels like you were just along for the ride.
Mazzulla's is he the youngest coach ever to be in the finals, or would he be the youngest coach ever to win a finals?
Yeah, there's no way of knowing.
I think it's just to be in the finals.
Yeah, there's no way of knowing.
And then Jason Kidd, the fact that's crazy to me. I just remember, was it him who had he told the player to walk into him with the
ice. That's the Jason Kidd.
Yeah.
That's the Jason Kidd coaching career memory.
That's
the same way I remember only Kevin Durant stepping on line. If you froze time right now and the finals don't happen or something, we just freeze it right there, hold it right there, freeze it. Love when commentators do that. And you asked me in like 20 years what I remember about Jason Kidd being a head coach, I would say one thing, and it was
that
spilling ice onto the floor on purpose.
Yeah,
to delay the game. That's it.
And
it's the only thing I remember.
I look up now, I'm like, holy shit, yeah, he could win an
NBA championship.
He could win an NBA championship this week. So yeah, no, I agree. I'm with you on that.
What else? What else we got? The College Football Hall of Fame ballot.
Yeah.
These are the names on the ballot. We have all these guys. Kenjon Barner,
Can
Alex Brown, George Cumby, Aaron Donald, Alan Faneka, LeVar Fisher, Gaston Green, John Henderson, Mark Ingram, Deshaun Jackson, Alex Mack, Wayne Martin, Terrence Metcalf, Jim Pine, Steve Slayton, Sean Taylor, Manti Te'o, Nick Saban, Urban Meyer. I think I'm going to go through and tell you who should be in. I don't remember Kenjon Barner. Apologies to the Barner family. I don't remember him at Oregon. What did he do?
He was electric running back.
He was?
Yeah.
Kenyon.
He kind of ran in with like LaMichael James.
Yeah, that's probably why I don't
D'Anthony
remember
Thomas
him.
was
The
also
D'Anthony
in there.
I remember D'Anthony Thomas,
Yeah.
obviously, and James, obviously.
Kenyon
Man.
Barner was very good. I think he was a Heisman finalist, I believe.
Well, blind spot for me. Apologies to the Barner family. You will not be making the College Football Hall of Fame. Sorry. You unfortunately ran into the one guy that doesn't remember you at Oregon. Alex Brown, don't remember. He's not in. George Cumby, I mean, he played in the 70s, sorry, but you should have played when I was coming of age if you wanted me to remember you. That's huge problem for you. Aaron Donald, you're in. Congratulations. Faneka, you're in. Obviously remember him. Actually, I don't know if that is obvious. He played for the Steelers, right? Alan Faneka? He was
No
like
way.
a guard?
There's no way of knowing.
He was
I believe.
was he a,
No, I believe he played at LSU.
well, was he was an offensive lineman. He was definitely an offensive lineman.
Yeah, Steelers.
Steelers offensive lineman?
Mhm.
All right, congratulations. You're in the Hall of Fame. LeVar Fisher, sad to say, will not be in the College Football Hall of Fame. Gaston Green, no. John Henderson, don't remember you. Mark Ingram, yes, you're in. Deshaun Jackson is in. Alex Mack, now that's the girl who turned into liquid,
What?
right?
The girl who turned.
The Secret Life of Alex Mack.
I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't seen it.
The Secret World of Alex Mack.
Hold on.
television
The Secret
series.
World, not Secret Life. You don't remember this. This was before your time.
Oh shit!
Damn, dude. You got some research to do, Connor.
Yeah, I might have to watch.
And Ebo.
Wait, this was a
Seems like
Nickelodeon
Ebo-
show?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
never-
yeah.
Never heard of it.
Dude, she'd be sitting there, and then all of a sudden she'd become liquid, and she could just, like, slither away.
How is this a Nickelodeon show?
And I'll just say she did with her superpower very different things than I would have done with the superpower. But she used it to save the world. Yeah. She, if I remember right, in the intro of the opening credits, she's riding her bike. Does she get hit by a car? Does she swerve to not hit the car?
I don't know.
There's like there's like a radioactive spill. She falls into like a puddle of radioactive bullshit, and then her superpower is that she can just like morph into like mercury, kind of like in a thermometer. She just like turns into like a puddle of mercury.
All right.
So for that reason, Alex Mack-Cow,
We could have put her up on the immaculate grid. We missed out on that.
Oh, she was a mercury.
Mercury,
dude.
yeah.
Oh my god. Wayne Martin, I don't remember. Terrence Metcalf, that's not DK Metcalf.
No,
That's a different Metcalf.
correct.
Okay, well then, sorry, Terrence. Jim Pine, no. Steve Slayton, hell yeah. Steve Slayton's not only in, he gets a hell yeah. Sean Taylor also gets a hell yeah. Manti Te'o, hey, if Manti Te'o gets in, do you think he'll invite his girlfriend to this? You think he'll invite his girlfriend to the fucking ceremony?
You think he'll thank her?
Yeah, thank your girlfriend, dude. Oh god, I'm just joking. Just making some jokes. Manti Te'o's in. Nick Saban, Urban Meyer also in. So there you have it. That's a good class.
Terrence Metcalf is the father of DK Metcalf. If that changes,
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, well, he's back. He's in then. Terrence, you're back in. Congratulations. I think if you have a good son, that should help with your legacy. I think if your semen produces a good football player, that should be. Let's put his penis in the College Football Hall of Fame. Terrence Metcalf's penis
You gonna give him a bust?
produced. Yeah.
I like that.
Let's give Terrence Metcalf's penis a bust, please. I'm calling on the College Football Hall of Fame to give Terrence Metcalf's penis a bust.
What do they do for the College Football Hall of Fame? Do they do busts, or is it like
I don't think so.
You get a plaque on the wall?
I don't know.
LeVar Arrington.
Where is the College
Actually,
Football
no.
Hall of Fame? Is it in? It's in
Atlanta.
Notre Dame. It's in South Bend. South Bend.
South Bend, Atlanta.
Yeah,
It's in Atlanta.
It is, yeah.
What's in South Bend? Look up. TJ. Somebody.
That's Touchdown Jesus.
Somebody find out. There was a Hall of Fame in South Bend. Someone figure that out. I'm gonna tell the people about Greatness Wins.
All right.
Figure out what was in. There was something in South Bend. Maybe it got moved from South Bend to Atlanta. There was something in South Bend. We will not move forward in the show until we figure out what.
There was one in South Bend.
There was.
Yeah.
It was a different one. It was the one, and then it moved to Atlanta.
Yeah.
The Hall of Fame opened and down. No. All right. I'm gonna tell the people about Greatness Wins.
Let's fucking go.
Rutgers.
What happens when the brightest minds in sports and fashion join forces to create the next great athletic brand? Greatness Wins. Greatness Wins athletic clothing has completely transformed our workout game. Unlike other athletic brands that prioritize fashion over performance, Greatness Wins combines high performance functionality with a modern, stylish fit. Made for premium, long-lasting fabrics, Greatness Wins products are built to withstand the toughest workouts. These are why can't I read today? These are moisture-wicking materials that move with your body, never against it. In fact, the Greatness Wins collection is curated and tested by the world's greatest competitors, meeting the highest standards for quality, construction, and endurance. Greatness Wins has been an absolute game changer. The comfort is unmatched, and these clothes go through countless washes and grueling workouts while still looking and feeling brand new. Don't forget Father's Day is right around the corner. If you are looking for the perfect gift, look no further than Greatness Wins clothing. Go to Greatness Wins. Oh, yeah, upgrade your athletic wear at greatnesswins.com now. Use code Mostly, and you'll receive 25% off your first purchase. Greatness Wins, where the demands of sport meet the science of fit. Check them out now. That's greatnesswins.com. Code Mostly. Greatnesswins.com. Code Mostly for 25% off.
Nice.
Greatness Wins. Okay, what happened?
It was in South Bend from 1995 until Archie Manning moved it to Atlanta, and it closed in 2012.
Got it.
All right.
Archie Manning is the chairman of the National Football Foundation.
The man.
That feels like an organization that was started just so Archie Manning could have something to do. It feels like they were waiting for Archie Manning to retire from playing football, and then they're like, now that he's basically the godfather of football at this point. It feels like the Manning family. He's the patriarch of football, I guess I should say.
Yeah, is there a family?
The Manning family runs football, and then Archie's at the top.
Yeah, the Kelseys, people were saying, could be the new Mannings, but they don't have like a.
Yeah.
You need an old wise man.
Apologies if I'm stepping over some bounds here, like,
What?
because I really don't. This is true ignorance, what I'm about to say. So this is just curiosity, and I would love to be informed. Did the Kelseys' father? I always hear about the mother. What's the story with him?
He's around.
He's around,
But he's not.
he just doesn't want to be on.
Donna loves the attention.
He doesn't want the attention. Is that it?
He'll get interviewed, but he's not, wearing Campbell's soup shirts, and he's not hanging out with Jake from State Farm. That's all Donna.
Did he play in the NFL? Was he an NFL Hall of Famer like Arch?
No.
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 Okay.
No.
That hurts then. I really didn't know. I was worried. That's why I prefaced.
Oh, yeah, no,
I didn't want to be like, "What's up with the father?" And you're like, "Come on, dude, that's fucked up that he died last year or something."
I think they're divorced, but they still get along, and
They're
I don't
still
know.
business partners.
Yeah,
Their sons.
and they're still at
still-
all the Suns games.
They're still leveraging their sons for.
Yeah.
Does The Rock still do the football league with his ex-wife? Like that's one of the
The
weird
Rock?
arrangements. Yeah.
I thought you said a rock.
The Rock.
Okay, yeah. I don't know. Because
his-
the whole thing's now
His
split up.
ex-wife and him are business partners.
Yeah.
And they go on TV together, and they're like, be sure to watch whatever iteration of spring football we're cooking up now. I'm here with my ex-wife, who I voluntarily work with every single day.
Yeah, the whole thing shifted now with the UFL, and there's XFL,
Mm-hmm.
there's USFL. I think they've all come. I don't know. Could I address a football topic
Please.
real fast? Just
Please.
like 30 seconds.
Why are you...
It's just,
Why do you have your hat in your hand?
It's
and you're like,
been weighing on my mind, and I try
Sir, please.
not. I try not
Just a
to.
little more football.
It's because it's related to one of my teams, and I don't want to go on this tirade because people might not care about it. But big noon kickoff is ruining college football.
What happened? I
Big-
didn't see this.
Big noon, Fox wanting to put all their primetime games at noon in the noon slot. It's ruining one of the best traditions that we have in college football, the Penn State whiteout. There is a very good chance this year, even though Penn State has Ohio State on the home schedule, Washington on the home schedule, and UCLA on the home schedule. UCLA is going to take a step back, but still that could be a fun game for a whiteout new conference opponent. There's a very good chance Penn State will be playing Illinois on September 28th.
Oh,
whiteout,
no.
because that is the one night game that we are going to get in Beaver Stadium this year.
Oh, no.
Everything else will be either big noon
And
kickoff.
you guys can't win big games unless they're at night.
No, that's not it. That's not it. It's just you want to play the best opponent on your home schedule so you could have that big advantage of the crowd, and it's going to be against Illinois most likely. Even though last year we had to settle for Iowa, the year before that we had to settle for Minnesota. It's a bummer, and it's all because of these TV networks that are getting their hands on all these games.
Yeah.
And some want to put them at noon, some want to avoid competing with another network in the primetime night slot, and it's terrible what's happening to the sport. I am appalled by it, but those are the reports that are coming out right now that the Penn State whiteout is going to be against fucking Illinois, on September 28th, and I'm furious by it. So that's what I just wanted to say.
Damn, dude. I'm sorry.
It's okay. We'll get through. But I would love to, if we got a chance, I would love to head to Penn State, Ohio State with you or something. Maybe make
That's
some
That's in
content out
Happy
there.
Valley?
Yeah, it's in Happy Valley. And I thought
I've never been. I've been to Happy Valley. We played basketball there, and I've
You've been to
driven
the
by the
Bryce Jordan Center,
Bryce
where
Jordan
there
Center.
are 200 people
Yeah.
in the stands. Yeah,
a handful of times. Never been to a football game there.
it's great.
So let's do it.
But I
Was
wish,
it going to kick off at noon? Is that what they
probably.
said?
Yeah.
I like the whiteouts, and I your point stands. Like it is sad that you should have one big game a year that's at night, and you can do the whole whiteout, and that sucks that it's eroding these traditions. But I will say I think I prefer playing at noon. I can't believe I can't believe I just said that out loud, to be honest with you, because like when all this started happening, Ohio State started getting a bunch of noon kickoffs as well. I didn't love it at first. I think I've grown to love it. I think I love being the first game, and then it just sets the tone for the day one way or another. And like the Michigan game's at noon. It's kind of always been at noon though.
Yeah.
But I love that the Ohio State Michigan game is at noon. I love that, like, let's just get this fucking, like, I can't sit here all day and have this on my mind as to whether we're gonna, like, the anxiety kills me.
No, I'm the exact opposite.
I like waking up and
love
just
that.
like, let's
I
just
love
fucking get
that.
this thing going, dude. Let's get this going, and then it sets the tone for the day. And if you win, you spend the rest of the day on cloud nine. If you lose, it's like, don't fucking talk to me. I get the and you don't have to go to bed mad. If you lose, you get the rest of the day to, like, kind of.
I go to bed mad the next two or
calm
three
it down?
nights if we lose a game.
Yeah.
I'm mad the rest of the weekend and into the beginning of the week.
I know. I'm surprised that I arrived at this point. Maybe it's just because I'm getting older or something. I don't like staying up that late.
Maybe.
But yeah, when this started happening, I was like, damn, dude, night games are the best. I want every big game to be a night game, and I'm kind of like reassessing all that. Where like Ohio State's playing a lot of big games at noon, and I'm like, this is kind of better, I think. Which doesn't make any. It's not better for the crowd noise. Like, it's definitely better at night to bring. If you're trying to bring the ruckus, and I know you are, because we've talked about this off air. You are a guy who likes to bring the ruckus.
Yes. If I'm in the stadium,
You're bringing
no
the
matter where
ruckus.
I am,
The ruckus is with you.
I want to make an impact on the game.
Yeah. You're a ruckus guy. It is harder at noon, so like that point is definitely a valid one. I'm just saying, as a guy who's just sitting on his couch watching the game, because the other thing, like in a regular, it's like week 8, say, and like there's some upsets happening, and say Ohio State's ranked like 4th in the country or something, and oh my God, the number 1 team in the country lost, the number 6 team in the country also lost. I would like to, in that noon window or something, I would like to point and laugh and be like, ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
I would like to ha 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 ha. But what happens, Connor, is like, we got to kick off at 7:30 tonight. Like, I can't laugh too. I can only ha ha. I can't ha 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 ha, because we got the game later. I don't know. It's weird. I didn't think that I would feel this way, but I think I might like noon kickoffs.
I think if you're just a general college football fan, if your team isn't the one who's being slotted in these noon games, it's fun that every single time slot has a marquee game.
Yeah.
Big noon, then there's going to be a great 3:30 kickoff, and then obviously there's prime time. There's going to be a good
Yeah.
That, to me, is appealing. But when it's your team in it, I think it just, especially if you're going to the game, as you said, the crowd noise isn't the same. But mainly, if I'm going to a big Penn State game against an Ohio State or a Michigan or whoever, if you lose the game and it's at night, you can hang your hat on, okay, well, at least we had an awesome day of tailgating. we were having a blast and we were so looking forward to the game and we're all just good vibes and everything. And then you lose the game, okay, fine, whatever. If you lose a noon kickoff, you don't really get much tailgating in beforehand, and then you're tailgating after the game or going to the bars after game all sad because you just lost. So that's why now I'm.
But if you're watching on TV by Monday morning, it's last week's news. That basically happened on Friday.
Yeah.
It happened at noon.
I don't know. I still I'm very anti what's going on right now, and I think
I might be the Fox propaganda got to me.
Yeah. Well, also
working there, they just beat it over my head. It's like, no, this is good. This is really good. But it probably is just I'm old and you're not. So
yeah, thank you.
Like
thank you for pointing that out.
when games end at midnight, I'm like, God damn, it's late. I want to go to bed. And if I was your age, I would absolutely love to go out and titty fuck.
I get why Fox does it. Don't get me wrong, and they're killing it in that noon slot, and they don't want to have to compete with any primetime games. But if it's like an Ohio State, Penn State whiteout, whatever network has that game, it's going to be the main. But they want all the numbers. They want the monopoly over the noon slot. So I get it.
Yeah.
Whatever. What were we about to say? It's okay.
I'm sorry, man.
Yeah.
What was the C.J. Stroud? Speaking of kind of Ohio State football, I guess. What was the C.J. Stroud? Was he on? He was on $1 million worth of game?
Yeah.
Barstool property.
Yeah, giving Matt Stafford some flowers and Dak Prescott some flowers.
Yeah, I saw some chatter about this. He was doing like his quarterback rankings or something, and then does he hate Aaron Rodgers? Is that what?
I don't know.
I saw this like right before the show started, and I was trying to make sense of it.
I think he's a Matt Stafford truther, which I think there are a good amount of people who think that Matt Stafford is one of the most talented people ever play quarterback, and that if he wasn't on the Lions, he would have been more successful.
Oh, so because I saw he said something about like if Stafford was Aaron Rodgers, he would have done better than Aaron Rodgers or something.
Yeah.
And you're interpreting that as not a anti-Aaron Rodgers, but more
people
don't realize how good Matt Stafford actually is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he had played for the Packers, he would have won a couple Super Bowls with them as opposed to. And I think a lot of people like to point to the fact that he went to Los Angeles and they're instantly like now perennial playoff team when he's healthy.
Yeah.
Super Bowl contender, Super Bowl winner.
I like that take. I think that's a good take. You never really.
He might be an untapped potential guy because he kind of was.
Matt Stafford.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he was on the Vikings, a good organization like you think, maybe he would have won a couple more.
Yeah. Did we get any pushback from that yesterday or no?
I don't know. I think I hedged it enough.
You did.
I think I did the damage control before. I put that fire out before it got too crazy.
The Oilers stuff though.
The titties?
No.
Oh,
no.
Sorry.
We can talk about those again. No, when you were saying they were America's team.
A lot of people lost the joke there.
Yeah.
A lot of people think that you're dumb enough to not know that that's a Canadian team.
Edmonton?
Yeah.
It's in Canada? What joke? What's the joke? I thought they're America's team. Why would we have teams in Canada?
They are in North America.
It's the National Hockey League. It's not the International Hockey League. Why would they be in Canada? We have.
Point. I didn't think about that.
Are you joking? Are you fucking stupid, Ebo? What are we doing? Numbies on Facebook or something?
Facebook.
TikTok was popping off.
TikTok. Facebook. There was absolutely no one on the joke on Facebook. Not a soul was
shit. You
not
don't
a
say.
Soul.
Is Twitter porn now?
Yeah.
Yeah, big time.
Big news out of Twitter.
Daily Loud. They were tweeting out yesterday that Twitter is now allowing X-rated content, which my question would be, when were they not?
Yeah, I thought it was always.
We just were talking about titties on Twitter yesterday.
Yeah.
About this
No, I don't think that was porn though. I don't think the Oilers titties weren't porn. That was just titties.
Yeah, you're right.
That was just dumping them out's not porn. That's just titties.
There are a lot of people who post porn on Twitter though.
That's classic note when you see it.
Yeah, exactly. That's Stort Potter.
Stort Potter.
Is that the guy?
Yeah, no, that is his name. Stort Potter.
Yeah. So I guess that's the thing we have to deal with now is that it's so porn used to like not be allowed on Twitter. They just didn't take it down.
Yeah,
you kind of got shadow banned.
Oh, you get shadow banned if you're posting porn.
Like it's like one of those things where like if you violate like some of the rules, like you post so many fight videos or graphic
so now
content, it would be
There are ways of finding
Yeah.
it.
So now if someone said that I have an account on a porn website that has hundreds of thousands of followers, that is an accurate assessment of what my Twitter account
Yeah.
is.
You're a porn star.
It's pretty cool. I'm a porn star. Yeah. I'm a porn star. I have a blue check on a porn website.
Verified
I'm a
porn.
verified porn star.
No, it's
Hell
good.
yeah.
Put it on.
Dude, I
on
can't wait
dinners.
to go back and tell 13-year-old me how my life turned out. Dude,
You know.
I'd be a verified porn star.
Crazy times on the internet, dude.
The Yankees and Phillies are gonna just meet in the playoffs in the World Series, I guess, huh?
Rematch of
That's
2009.
42-19, two 42-19 teams.
Mm-hmm.
That's fun. That'll be fun for the show.
Yeah. Last night was very emotional. Reese Hoskins made his return back to Philadelphia.
Did you guys boo him?
No, he got to stand. Well, so he wound up hitting a home run, and there was a mix of cheers and boos. But when he had his first at bat, and there was a standing ovation for him before he took the
Why would people
took it to
boo
the
him?
batter's box. Well, because he hit a home run, and it's the opposing team who just got a run on us.
You
That's
do
not
that
good.
all the time? Every
That's
time
not
there's a
good.
home
You
run?
do, do you do that every
Boo?
time there's a home run? You boo the guy on the other team?
No, like there might be some jeers.
You don't have to cheer for him. I'm not saying
No, yeah, but we're not.
bow down to him, but just like maybe just go rats.
Yeah,
You could snap your finger and say rats.
an
You
audible
don't have
groan.
to boo. You could groan.
Yeah,
So why boo him?
I don't know, but there was a mixed reaction when he hit the home run. But everybody was. It was one of the better standing ovations I've seen.
I think
At
I think Chris
at Citizens Bank Park.
I think Chris Bryant could still go back to Wrigley Field and hit a grand slam and he'd get a standing ovation.
You get curtain call.
You get like a curtain call for hitting a run.
I haven't. Maybe I'm not paying close enough attention. How many curtain calls have there been recently?
Oh, we have a curtain call
I
crisis
don't know. Were
in
there
baseball.
were there some curtain calls last postseason that I missed?
I'm always
There were way
fascinated.
too many for a while.
I'm always fascinated by the curtain call by like the guy who didn't actually, like the fans don't actually want a curtain call, and they're cheering at a reasonable volume. It's just a reasonable cheer, and then the guy's like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna curtain call him. I like those guys. Like how can you tell when it's time to curtain call? How do you know?
Yeah.
Same with encores with bands, I guess.
Oh yeah, we got into that.
There
one,
has to
too.
be another pitch
Yeah.
thrown, I think, for the curtain call.
But also, what inning?
But like if I just hit a standard home run and I curtain call, I'm an asshole. So what is it? How do the players know? It's kind of their call, right? And isn't them by them doing the curtain call? Doesn't that make them? Isn't that a little bit of a self suck?
Yeah.
That they're just like, I'm awesome, and I'm gonna go. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna show my face to these people again because
I-
they need to see how awesome I'm.
I do think a lot of players get bullied into it where it's like the crowd's still standing cheering and he's like back down, putting his helmet back in the little cubby and his bat in the rack, and the guy's like, come on, they're still cheering for you. You got to get out there.
Oh, okay.
You got to wait.
Yeah.
I think there's more of that
It's
than
more prompt. Yeah. Because I would curtain call after every home run. I would just hit a home run and run back to the dugout and then just be like, "You guys are welcome." And
Yeah.
everyone stopped cheering by then. And
I just think it's crazy how sometimes they'll curtain call pretty early in the game, and I'm like, there's still plenty of game left to be played. And I
Yeah.
guess the point of the curtain call, maybe I'm misconstruing it, but I'm like, that just seems like you're almost celebrating a W at this point.
describe the quintessential curtain call situation.
Yeah.
What it is? What is the curtain? what is
Return
the
from
curtain-
injury, pinch hit, bottom 8, and you hit a 3-run homer.
What was the score?
3-3.
Oh. Yeah, that's
break-
that's
Or
where
you
the
break a
curtain call-
scoreless tie.
That's where the curtain call. I would say you could do that. I think if you're returning from injury and you get a home run your first at bat in general,
Yeah.
that might be curtain call worthy. Yeah.
Hmm.
Look at us, dude. We did an hour and a half. I mean, there's nothing to talk about.
Yeah. So that to peel the curtain back. Speaking of curtain calls, like I had no idea what we were going to talk about today. Like there were no sports on outside of MLB yesterday. There was
Yeah, last
no-
night was tough. Last night I was like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah. No NBA,
it was very
no
strange.
NHL, no WNBA. Like it was odd. And it was the first feeling this
College
summer,
baseball is
like,
going on.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get into. I love baseball. I love college sports. I'm not against college baseball, but it's like chaotic in terms
Yeah.
of like knowing. I don't know. I think I might be a dumb bitch, Connor. I think I might be a dumb,
No, you're not,
stupid,
dude.
stupid fucking
Don't-
idiot.
Don't say that about yourself.
Because I try to.
Keep your head high.
I'm too stupid to like figure out what round we're on, what happens next, who's been eliminated, who's not been eliminated. It's a double elimination, but then it's a best of 3 situation, which is a different than a double elimination. I don't know. It just feels like that's always been my problem with college baseball. It's like I'm just too fucking stupid to like figure out who's in and like who has to win this and who's. And I acknowledge it's my fault because everybody watching and listening right now is like. Couldn't be any clearer. It's very simple how the process works. But I feel like the inside the NBA guys feel every time the play-in games come around for the NBA. And Ernie's like, of course, there's gonna be this game. The winner moves on. The loser goes, and then like Shaq and Chuck are just like, what the fuck is going on right now? That's me with the college baseball. So I'll watch it if it's on, but I just like don't know the stakes.
No,
I don't really know the stakes at any point in time. The College World Series is how many teams? 8. Eight
Yeah.
make the College World Series. How many teams
64.
are left? How many teams right this second do we think have a chance to win a national championship? Like
I don't know.
are still in the running for a national
Oh, I
championship?
believe it's 16.
It's 16. We're down to 16 now.
So we're the regionals is 64, right? And then
yeah.
they move on to the super regionals, which is what 32 or 16.
Super regionals is 16,
problem.
best of 3 series,
Yeah,
and then 8 is double. The 8 goes to double elimination.
which is what the College World Series is.
Yeah.
okay.
We did have a massive upset, Evansville.
I saw Evansville.
But the
beat
thing is,
East Carolina. Was it East Carolina they beat?
yeah, so East Carolina was the 16 seed, which in March Madness would be like they're the worst 4 seed,
Yeah.
right? So it would be like a 13 beating a 4, which is it's only or a 13 is only advanced out of the regionals, or a 4 seed is only ever advanced out of the regionals 9 times.
So when you see a 16 seed, there's only one team that's the seed you see in college baseball is the overall seed. There's only one
There's
team
only
that's
16 teams that get seeded.
Yeah,
and
but there's
a whole set.
there's not multiple 1 seeds. There's only the one
Correct.
team that's the 1 seed. There's the 2, yeah, which is different than basketball. Maybe that's why I'm confused. Is I just assume every college tournament works like the college tournament.
Also, they do actually
But
do
it doesn't.
something in college baseball that I like, where it would actually be cool if college basketball was more regional. Is like they do regionals.
Actual regionals.
kind of
Yeah,
regional.
actual regionals. Yeah.
The same thing in FCS. Like FCS, your playoff is usually like a regional area. Like if you're
Yeah.
a Virginia team, you'll play a team from like South Carolina, North Carolina in the first round.
That's how college basketball used to be.
Yeah.
That was what it was back in the day. And then I think people got really upset that UCLA was going to every Final Four. There was no teams in the West Coast that were good. So then they put an end to that. But they still pretend like they try to do that.
Yeah.
They still pretend like geography matters. But I don't think it does that much.
I just don't like when like you're watching a team that plays in the West in the first round, but like pod is in Brooklyn, New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, what?
Yeah, that
That's
doesn't make any
not-
sense.
Like make them go play in California if it's the fucking West
Yeah.
region.
They would never do that in college football, though. They would never have West Coast play East Coast like that.
No, they would.
What do you mean?
East Coast and West Coast, they would do that. Oh, you were
No, like-
oh.
Big Ten would never do anything.
Oh, it was a joke.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. That was
There for a second. I was
bad
like,
delivery
boy.
on my part. I'll work on it for.
There for a second, I was like, boy, Connors, maybe he's the dumb bit.
no.
I
I
knew it was a joke. Connor, I knew it was a joke. This went well. You killed it. You're better than Brandon. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. I don't want others to say that because that would be crazy. That would cause a rift in the show. But I'll say it.
I think it'd be cool to have maybe Brandon start on the couch tomorrow and try and work his way.
Sure.
through the
Oh,
top
yeah.
seat.
Should you have to start at
Trust.
the end?
Yeah, or on the bench. even?
Yeah, like it's like with Street Fighter. Is that how it works? You start at the bottom of the
ladder.
bottom of the ladder, and you got to work your way up.
It's like
Yeah.
MLB umpiring. Not to get into it too much. If you fail your exams at any level of the minor leagues in MLB umpiring, they send you back down to
Yeah.
school.
Oh,
So if you get up
So-
to AAA and you don't get an excellent rating on your end of year reports, they send you back all the way past all the levels back to umpire school where you have to relearn how to be an umpire and then go to short season rookie ball.
we should do that with Brandon. Then he starts on the O.J. Simpson Memorial bench, and he has to work his way up
That'd be fun.
tomorrow.
He would hate the bench, dude.
Yeah, we should.
He would be complaining
bench him.
so fast about how the bench hurt his ass.
I want to bench him.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Connor. Thank you, everybody watching, listening. I believe that is the show. Fix your face for tomorrow.
Yeah.
You're kind of.
It is. Can we?
It was funny yesterday. Today was you had the paper bag thing. Like, fix your face for tomorrow. I think the joke has run its course. So let's not have a red face tomorrow, please.
I promise it'll be better.
All right. All right. Brandon will be back tomorrow. See you guys then.
That's how ball is done.